Hey everyone, Pushing Up Roses here, and today I have a special video for you. I just realized that I call every video I do a special video, especially when it's a vlog, so hopefully this will live up to the hype of being a special video. I thought it would be a good idea, or at least an idea, to read some of my old stuff that I did when I was young. School projects and not school projects, just things I did on my own, because I found a huge box of stuff from like grade 3 to junior high, and I just had such a fun time reading it all. Some of it was just absolutely hilarious. I really wish I had done a blind reading for some of these because of how hilarious they are. First things first, I wanted to follow up on something I had said in my King's Quest III video, and that is, I mentioned that I had written a story. I don't want to say based on King's Quest III because it basically was King's Quest III that I just wrote in 2nd grade, called The Quest. Get ready to be completely underwhelmed by the quest. What I did to make this was, this is just a folder, but for some reason I equated like books with like cardboard. I took the back of a pad of paper, like one of those like yellow pads with the lines on it. I ripped the back off and drew this mountain and then pasted it on a folder. I shouldn't say paste, it's actually stapled 500 times. First, you find yourself in the main room. Oh no, here comes the king. He assigned you a chore. He said, "Go empty my chamber pot." But you didn't do your chore. But the king said, if you don't, you're in for it. So you quickly run upstairs and go in the king's room. You take the pot and throw all the yucky stuff out the window. What a way to make a living. I'm pretty sure that was plagiarized too, like straight from the game. After doing your chore, you wanted to go outside, so you quickly run downstairs. You open the door and go outside. You start to go down. I guess I forgot the part where there's a mountain that you're going down, but in my head it was there. You start to go down, but the king funned you. He said, "You're forbidden to be here." He drags you back into the house. You wonder why you can't be there. Oh no, here comes the king. He said, "I'm going to take a journey. Now is your chance to go outside." You go outside and find a very pretty tree. A ladder comes down. You quickly hide. 2 bandits are climbing down. It's a good thing they didn't see you. You climb up the ladder. When you get up, you saw 8 gold coins. You carefully take it. You go to the store and buy some things. The picture I'll put up here is exactly the storekeeper shop. My 2nd grade teacher was actually quite old and crotchety, so she probably didn't play King's Quest, is my guess. While you were coming home, you saw 3 bears. Well, that's another story. I thought I was being funny there. That's my intro into comedy. But the Papa Bear said, "How to get rid of the king." You said, "Thanks. That's amazing. Wow, I didn't explain anything." You quickly run home. "I'm home," said the king. When he came by you, you did just what the bear said. Poof! The king was gone. Now you can live happily ever after. The end. And I put the end like at this, I made it really fancy, or at least I thought it really fancy. But good job on the whole cursive writing thing. I wasn't expecting it to look that good. So that's the quest, aka it's just King's Quest III. So this next thing is it's like a book we wrote in 6th grade. It's called A to Z, All About Me. I digitized the whole thing and put the whole thing on Patreon for a $5 reward tier, but I am gonna read one of them. A equals assistant. If you could be anybody's assistant, who would it be? And what would your duties be? If I could be anybody's assistant, I would be Jules Verne's assistant. Of course, I cannot be his assistant right now because he died. But that is who I would want to be an assistant for. It's solid reasoning. I mean, he is dead. Here are some reasons why I want to be his assistant. First of all, I think Jules Verne is a good writer. I like his books Around the World in 80 Days and Journey to the Center of the Earth. Wow. Wow, I was way more into literature in 6th grade because I just read bullshit these days. I would ask him how he gets his ideas for his books. Here are some duties I would do for him. To begin with, I would try to help him get ideas for some of his books. For example, if he gets writer's block, I would try to help him the best I can by giving him some of my ideas. This is before I've been corrupted by adulthood, because I would never give anyone my ideas. Another thing I would do for him is helping him get his books published. Oh, I thought I was like all that. If I can, I would also try to edit his books for him, which is interesting because this whole page is severely edited by my teacher. Then I would do any other things assistants might do. You know, like getting him coffee, telling him if he had any important phone calls, and ordering him breakfast from McDonald's. Because that's what adults did, in my mind, is they drank coffee, took important phone calls, and had McDonald's for breakfast. Anyway, I would be Jules Verne's assistant, and those are the duties I would do for him. I was like really serious about this entry for some reason, because this is the longest entry in all of these. I phoned this in so bad at the end, and you're gonna see, because I'm gonna read you Z for Zodiac. And I even bumped up the font because I thought I was clever. I didn't think the teacher would notice that I bumped up the font from like 11 to 16. What is your zodiac and how do you fit into it? My zodiac is called, and they're spelling, oh god, I phoned it in. My zodiac is called Aries. Aries is the ram. I'm not really sure how I fit into Aries. All I know is that I don't look anything like a ram. Anyway, that's my zodiac. So this next thing I'm gonna read you guys is called The Weird and Wacky Quest, and I wrote this in 4th grade for young authors, and I won. This is the winner, you guys, of the 4th grade young authors contest. Or there's the, I even saved the unedited copy, that's amazing. Chapter 1. It was just a normal day in my hometown of Masonview. I know exactly what that's referencing. I wonder if anyone else will. I'm not going to tell you. Now, granted, unlike the quest that I put down over there, this is actually not plagiarized. The whole story came right from my head. It's a very basic premise that's been done before, but like specifically, it wasn't plagiarized, but there are names of characters in here that are not the names that I came up with, and maybe you'll know where they're from. Nothing was really happening. Arnold's Jewelers was fine, and as always, just a penny apiece was packed with people. I thought I was so clever. Since it was a totally boring day, I invited my friend over. You know, that's just how I write today. I still use the word totally like all the time. But little did I know, it was going to be a weird day. It all started at Quarters Arcade. That's when we saw Mark Moriarty and Willie Baleria there. Baleria? I don't know if I took that or not. Sounds like malaria. We were really interested in the picture they bought. Wow, where'd you guys get that picture? Asked Susie Ann. The store clerk told me not to tell anyone, but I guess I can tell you, he said. First, go down to the corner and you'll see some bushes, but you really have to work hard to get through, answered Mark. Wow, it must be an antique, I said. Yes, it is. The store clerk told us it was, said Mark. That was it. I knew what I had to do. Come on, Susie Ann, we're going to that store, I said. We turned the corner, and there were some thorny, but I guess we were right there. We were just turned the corner and we're right there. We're just already there. Ouch, cried Susie Ann. What? I asked. The thorns hurt and I can't help it. Why am I so mean to Susie Ann? Once we arrived, there was nothing there we really liked. We were about to leave when Susie Ann asked, I could have sworn that guy in the picture winked at me. Chapter 2. Susie Ann and I looked at the thick old painting. I don't think that's such a good idea, said the store clerk. However, it was too late. Susie Ann and I went through the picture. I know what's coming. Where am I? Asked Susie Ann. I wish I knew, I answered. Now there's a house I never saw before, I uttered. This next line. Oh no. Oh no, don't tell me we're in Baghdad. We're in Baghdad, I said. I asked you not to tell me that, she said. We're in Baghdad. We must be 2,000 years back in time, I said. Oh no, I then said. What? Asked Susie Ann. I responded, don't look behind you. Chapter 3. Susie Ann quietly turned around and there stood a large, tall man. He had a peach baggy pants on and sort of a vest with no top under it, aka Aladdin. Because for some reason, I must have just watched Aladdin, because why am I describing this character like this, and why are they in Baghdad, and why are they so against Baghdad? I have to tell you that he had the weirdest pair of shoes on. Susie Ann and I didn't know what to say, but that afternoon came so quickly, so we took a nap on the ground. But when we woke up, we were not in the same spot. We were in a tent with a picture of the same guy in the picture in the store. Wow, this needs to be edited. Susie Ann, let's put our hand on this picture, I said. Maybe if we put our hands on it, we'll go through the picture and return home, I said. Susie Ann looked as if she didn't trust me, but she finally agreed to my idea. We put our hands on the picture, and sure enough, we went through the picture. Only we didn't return home. We were back in the old days. I thought we were in the old days in Baghdad. Susie Ann looked like she wanted to kill me. We didn't know where we were, but the place was kind of neat. I never should have listened to you, said Susie Ann. Well, if you didn't, we would have been stuck in Baghdad, I said. I like Baghdad better than this spooky place, she said. I had to admit that I did like Baghdad better than this place. Well, we better get some help and find out where we are, said Susie Ann. So we went looking for help and we found a tower. I was so eager to get inside that I dragged Susie Ann in with me. Where's the bathroom? Asked Susie Ann. I don't know, I said. I then asked Susie Ann why she looked so puzzled. And when I turned around, I knew why. I turned around and saw, well, it was a wizard. This is not back in time, but it did look more like the future. I muttered, No talking, shouted the wizard. With that, we ran for our lives. Susie Ann, there's the picture, I said. This time we didn't bother to put our hands on it, we just went through it. Susie Ann looked worried. Wait a minute, this looked like a cartoon, I said to myself. That's when we saw the three bears. What is my fascination? We hid in some bushes so they wouldn't see us. That was too weird. That's when we saw the picture and we started to run to it, but it stopped us. Sorry. For a weird reason, I started to talk to it. I didn't know this would happen, but we started to spin around. Then there we were at home. We never knew why we went through that picture. It was totally weird. And then when we went to that store again, it wasn't there. Hold on, the doorbell is ringing, I said. Who am I talking to suddenly? I answered the door, and there was Mark, holding a beautiful painting. Oh, the twist! The twist! He had the painting! This is a story I wrote called, Sherry. And it says #1 on the cover, so I don't know if I meant to create more stories about this Sherry character. Hi, my name is Sherry. One day I was walking to school when I found a trail of coins. Do I just, learn everything from adventure games? What's with, the coins and the... Oh, please tell me there's not 3 bears in this story. It led to the school. I picked one up. It was not like a real coin. When I got in school, I saw that there were the same coins that I found on the sidewalk. I don't know where this story is going at all. I even saw the same coins at recess when I was playing ball with Cindy. I found it even in my lunch, but that's when I saw it. Cindy had put fake coins in her purse, the same kind that I found, and there was a hole in it. But how did the coins get in my lunch? Oh, now I know. What? These coins are popcorn money. That case is done. For now, goodbye. If I know myself correctly, I think that was me trying to write a mystery. Because I've always, you guys know I do. I love mystery stories. I think that was me trying to write a mystery novel or something. This little gem is called Sarah's Funnies. I don't even understand what I'm looking at. We start out with a worm being eaten by a shark, and he's like, shoot. and then like a Superman character is like, I'll save you, and then but there's another person like falling in the water and she's like, Superman, save me, but he's saving the worm instead, and she's about to get eaten, and she's not supposed to get eaten because she's a human, and the worm is just part of the natural cycle. But this is commentary, people. This is commentary right here. This is like dark commentary. This isn't one of my better days. Well, she's gonna get killed. And then here's another girl who's like, oh, Superman, save me. And he's like, sorry, I gotta save somebody. This is a nice hot tub. And then it just shows people in a boiling cannibal's pot. And for whatever reason, I have just a page that says, meanwhile, back in Italy. What's going on with that girl's hair? I don't know if this is irony or if I was trying to be ironic, but yeah, the next one is like a dog on a high pedestal, and she's like, stay. But he clearly can't go anywhere. I hate you, Randy. It's okay. Fuck. The final page says, don't read this. I'm not sure. I guess I thought that this was what comics were, and this is what made comics funny. That's all I got for you guys today. I really hope you got a kick out of this video because I absolutely thought some of these things were so hilarious. I think it is funny to go back and see where you started and see what you were doing as a kid. A lot of these things I don't even really remember. If you want to see more vlogs like this, let me know in the comments. I read all of my comments, so let me know and we'll see what we can do. Bye for now.